Yo, what's going on, guys? So today we got some more MMDH3's games. Definitely a strange comp, but it was honestly fun to queue. A lot of people from LG and stuff don't really like to queue off meta stuff or give it a chance, but it's good to keep an open mind and try new things, especially with Dragonflight around the corner. Being able to improvise and play around other classes' strengths/weaknesses will be especially important in the new rated soul shovel coming soon. So here right away we got a jungle. It's a hard matchup on paper, but let's look at what we do to put us in a winning position. So a lot of times into jungle, they're gonna go me, because the DH has blur and a lot of good defensive to trade. So I'm trying to get in here fast and get a flare out. I actually flare the hunter out, trying to get one or the other, just so we can start and get some pressure rolling. It's all about the swap pressure into jungle. If you trade one for one, you're gonna lose that race every time. So I open here with a pet stun trap on my healer. I tried to eat it and scatter the feral. Feral trinkets for the go, but we actually get a nice little reverse on the trap, and then we're able to get the Sendward Flourish out. So we're okay on their opener for now. So now it's our time to counter pressure. I send my Demon Hunter on the on the hunter here. He's cranking him. In the meantime, since we forced a Ross, I send a big go on the priest. He's forced to trinket my blanket silence. Meanwhile, his hunter is getting absolutely railed by my Demon Hunter as well. So we forced a turtle. We turn priest here with some more pressure. My Demon Hunter's meta is just rolling, so I'm just playing off his pressure. He kicks penance, and we're just cranking. He just dies. No radiance, nothing he could really press there. Could have maybe painted himself earlier, but he just thought the damage was over. But we just kept it rolling, keep the pressure rolling, spread it around. Anybody can get it. Big damn. All right, so here we got a game where I like to call this comp Tilt Cleave because Affliction Outlaw is just a very rough comp there. Like the ultra dampeners. Outlaw just shuts down anything you want to do as an MM hunter, while the Afflock is just immortal. UAs your whole team and just rots you guys all down. They have a Mistweaver healer too, so they're built for the dampening. Let's see what we do to try to secure a W against this team. Let's get a little trap from stealth. I scatter row for a Cloney boy, and then my DH MOR just insta breaks it. So I'm just in the Outlaw row blender. We get a nice little bash clone actually, but I can't even really do anything with it. The lock just like pre-kites to go. So we did all that CC. We don't really have any pressure. So now I'm trying to run. I try to flash something here. Just get the kick out of the way. There's a lock casting in the middle, so I'm trying to get my melee to go lock, but like it's like a big position battle when you play range melee versus range melee. Like it's a battle between the wizards and a battle between the melee just for positioning. Like the melee needs to sit on the wizard while also not overextending too hard and like losing the healing trade, while also protecting the team from the wizard. So it's like a big positioning battle. You can see the locks trying to kite away and force DH into a bad spot. DH is trying to turn, not get caught. I'm trying to push in to do stuff without the rogue completely shutting me down. We get a nice little cross on the warlock here with the lock trinkets to kick the clone though. I scatter the rogue. We just end up going rogue here because I just couldn't get to the Mistweaver. Lock's here playing a little defense, trying to fear me now on the go. So my DH is trying to fight for positioning as well here. He can't really get to lock, so we just do a little stun on the Mistweaver. He's getting cranked. We're WA'd right now. I'm trying to keep UAs off myself and keep them off my healer. He's trying to do illegal shit to our healer, so I call my DH back to him. Scatter the rogue on this crazy mobility. It's just like a big positioning battle. It's all about the dampening and like who can win the trades. This positioning right here kind of forces our healer to get UA'd and then lock pre-ports away. I feign camo here to try to get some reset going. My DH nearly died. I'm trying to set something up here. I'm trying to get some momentum because I have my cooldowns now. So I'm trying to pre-trap the monk and like I want to cross something and kill. So I want to scatter the rogue here for a clone. I just trinket the kidney, but my Drew goes to clone the lock instead, and then I just get defensive blound here onto my double tap Chakrams rapid fire. But I didn't throw the Chakrams yet, and I still have my double tap, so he doesn't actually sap me off this. He does gouge me, but I do have like 2 seconds of my cooldowns up here, so I throw the Chakrams. I get just a little bit of damage off on the monk. He forces a revival here. Now I'm pushed in deep, and I trinketed aggro though, so I can be very scared here. We have a little swift men for me though, and NS soon. Get some nice big hots out though. I feign. Knock him away. Now my DH is just trying to ride the monk because we have a lot of pressure on the monk, and the lock is pushed in really far on my healer, so we can't peel the DH. So I scatter the warlock, we clone it. I tried to root the rogue and then trap the dispel, but he just dispels the trap. I'm just flushing to stop more peels. My DH is basically just soloing this guy. I get one aim shot on him, and it's just a big positioning battle the whole way through. We're finally able to capitalize. We had some nice pressure out. expose the weak link in this, which is the Mistweaver.
It's like he actually has no disarm, no gouge, no kidney.
That's a tough game though.
From 30 years away.
Most Outlaw X teams are like very hard for MM just because the Outlaw can do so much to shut you down. And like, especially when you throw like an half-lock on top, just like unkillable and like the most pressure for dampening. It's definitely a crazy one there. Here we got a Rdru Kitty Cleave, which is a pretty crazy comp too because like having the Rdru healer just makes them so much more mobile and harder to actually punish when the melee are chasing around. And then the melee are basically double healer because warriors in this matchup play impending victory because the Pharaoh just does all the stuns. So I actually tried my feet for the Pharaoh here. He didn't get into the spell. We got a nice little in cap. They want to run me down, so I'm just trying to position really annoying for them. Got a nice little scatter on the warrior here. I'd been sick if we could have cloned that. But I'm running up here because I have a knock. I want my Druid on the middle pillar though, and I really like to position around the middle pillar and just do circles on this map around the middle pillar. I'm only really up there for my knock, and then I like to come down here. So kind of split from my Druid right now. But it's okay. We're getting some split pressure. The rest of the Rdru is in here, so I'm just trying to hit as much stuff as I can so we can just maybe win on mana. Split around, making me have to heal 3 targets. Trying to also drag the melee away from their Resto Druid while not lining my Resto Druid. Gets a random hive on here.
I'm off stun DR. I'm gonna get stunned.
I'm off stun DR, so they're about to stun me soon. I try to get a random trap on the Druid to stop the Druid before they go from getting CC. But he goes and roar clones my healer. We darked me on the Spirit, which was sick, and I feigned late out of it. I didn't trinket. Held my trinket there. I just scattered Druid just so we can clone it off. We had a nice little stun on the Warrior, 1 aim on it. Got some pressure, no hots on the Warrior. Silence healer, trinkets. Tops him up here with a little Soul of the Forest regrowth, running away. Late disarm by the Warrior on me. Trying to get some space where like my healer's in a good position now for me to use the middle pillar and keep running in circles away from their Druid. He incaps healer. Since I'm mostly focused on just running away and living, I hold my trinket here because I don't have any cross on my healer, and it wasn't any crazy cooldowns. I scattered the Warrior off me. We're hitting fail for now. No bark skin. I also need to try to get some CC though, so I disengage towards the healer here. I only commit to disengage. I missed the trap. I didn't really want to commit too many more resources to him. Just wanted to get some pressure out here. Got an aim shot. Just trying to stay away and just stay alive. They spear me. I feign out. Should be okay. Get meme short here. He might clone my healer. He does.
I'm okay.
I have some mobility now though. I disengage. I tell my healer I'm okay. So it's up to me to live. We just trade the turtle. Still have my trinket. We get the NS on me late. Scatter Warrior as well here just to peel. Kind of stuck in the middle here while my healer got a clone on the Druid, but I didn't really have any like buttons to create pressure with. Trying to just get some type of distance while also trying to kill these guys, but they're just also tanky and like immortal feeling. Warrior just impending victory, so just bark skins and lines, regens, Druid just regens. Rando scatter on the Pharaoh here. I didn't really have my DRs because we were pressing high at weird times, so I wanted to like go Resto Druid more, but I couldn't really cross this go too hard. We got some decent pressure on Resto Druid there. We're winning on mana actually just by hitting whatever. Our split pressure. Our single target damage isn't as high, but by hitting the Resto Druid more, like we're hitting the Resto Druid more than they're hitting our Resto Druid. So we're actually winning on mana because of that. But it's getting pretty close. It's about even now. Scatter Pharaoh because we're trying to go Warrior a little bit. He has a stun to cover the disarm. We get Kyrian stunned on my aim shot, and he leaps away, actually. Well, it's good for us that I use some ability defensively. Never really want to do that as a warrior, to be honest. Very rare situation. So the Druid got a drink there. I couldn't really do anything to stop it. I could have maybe like had better pet management and pre-moved it away. My pet's kind of just a freedom bot in this matchup for me, though. Just need to be able to trade my mobility and run around. My Druid also gets a fat drink. Big dampening. I'm like, Pharaoh's trying to chase me. I'm just like trying to run away and deny the stun. Disengage the charge. I stopped the clone here too on my DH. They're just trying to run me down. I still have my trinket though. Kind of another random trap.
I'll feign out, I think. Yeah, cranking Pharaoh off that too. Yeah, cranky.
I triggered this disarm. I have no kick for the clone though, but we had a lot of damage there. They trade the NS, top him up again.
I can't play the fucking game, man.
Rdru Kitty thing's just very alive.
I can't do anything for you on the stairs.
This is like him getting CC'd is a byproduct of our positioning though. Like
I know.
if we just stuck to the circles and the big pillar and he never went on the stairs, it would have been a little easier to live. That's all we gotta do. We really just gotta embrace the circles. I feel like as Hunter Druid into these melee cleaves. If you just really focus on Hunter doing the melee and keeping the melee locked down, it can be pretty solid. Disengage away here on the charge. I trap 2. Get a little stun on the warrior to peel me. I trap the feral line of his healer so he trinkets. Getting a little double stun here. Force a regen and Barksian. There's W King. I actually don't have Feign for this spear, but we have a dark to trade, which is nice. My healer's back on the stairs, so I can't really help him from this clone. I get disarmed anyways. But he would have had to run through me if he was more behind in the circle. Like, if my healer was more behind me in the circle, where I am like now, a couple globals ago, the healer would have had to run through me, and he wouldn't have been able to get the clone. And my DH would have to run through the DH. The stairs are just really bad for me, but I'm like staying in my healer's line because he's still on the stairs. So I'm kind of just sitting here and taking it when I should just be running around the actual big pillar. But I did trade some aim shots there because most of the damage was gone, so we had to get some pressure there with those aims. Scatter warrior behind the pillar. We have some nice pressure on the druid here. I half trap the rest of the druid. Feral almost gets away. We throw the chakrams, and he can't run from us both. He was trying to run from my DH, but he was giving me an angle on the side to poke out, and the window was opened in the Rdru melee cleave. So here we got a Ret War Rdru. This was actually a great game to like show the circle strat and like the Hunter Druid synergy. Like the first 2 minutes were kind of sketchy and like we weren't really doing it how we should. And then we kind of like got into a nice rhythm halfway through the game, and the game script started to feel a lot better. So right away we're forcing all the Ret War cooldowns. We get the bark, we do a couple random clones. Now they're gonna do their big go on me, run at me with wings, every bun. Yep, seen this story before. Scatter the warrior, get some space. I'm totally gone. Forcing him to go my DH. But they want to run me down because DH has blur and stuff, so he's totally fine. I'm totally fine. Trying to get a clone on one of these melee, but like this roar is so low value. Like you can just actually just cast clone without even trying to roar in a situation like that, just from afar, and it would have been better. Like him actually going for the roar made them way more aware of the clone. Where if he was just like 20 yards away, 15 yards away, playing that little dead zone and just casting clone without roaring, would have been very nice. But I do some solo shit here and I get some distance. I'm kind of running really far from my healer. I'm just trying to stay alive. That's the name of the game. I'm just trying to stay alive. If I can keep the melee off me, we should win. That's my mentality. We get a random trank here. I tried to time a trap, thought he would like come out and cancel earlier. I tried to get in his brain right there a little bit. Kind of whiffed it. But you gotta try for those. Shooter's gonna shoot, you know what I'm saying?
I scatter him for it. I'm going red.
Scatter the warrior here because they hodge my healer. They're trying to do some stuff. They didn't really have bolt lined up though, so they kind of fucked up their go. Warrior has send word. It falls and then he regens.
I just need to get you in my circle, man.
I'm trying to talk to my druid now because like the positioning just feels super weird and like I just need him in a better position for us to run around in circles better. So I had to trade the turtle weirdly. I'm just trying to stay away. Ideally, I have him like even further behind me right now, like on this back left pillar, and then like he can just poke out and heal the rat. He's getting there now. He's making his way. It's good. Like you always want your druid like pretty far away from you too. Like, now he's in a good spot. He can even cast a clone here on the ret. He gets hodged. I have distance to work with now. You should keep moving to my left now, and I just keep going around the map in circles. Yep, just keep it moving, keep it pushing. Yep, here it goes. These are the circles we need. They turn our DH, but then this druid actually does a bad clone on the RDH here, so it's really chill for us. Disengage. We're chilling now. See how much better the game script now feels with the circle going. It's insane. This is the Hunter Druid synergy. He's trying to hodge my druid, but now he can't. He has to run through me. I scared him on the wings so he could bark me high. He doesn't have bark. He sandward flourishes though. So I'm big chilling. I knock the rest of the wings. I root them now. He could be casting clones in some of these globals too.
It's fine. If we just embrace the circle.
But we're chilling. We're embracing the circle. I have a disengage now. We're chilling. I have a freedom if I need it. The warrior's kind of running at me. Any stuns or any type of peels from the druid here synergy could be really good too. I always say when you play with the hunter as druid, you should play Farrelaf too. Because Farrelaf synergy with hunter is just insane. You just run away in the circle and you get free resell, so you can just like stun shit off. Yeah, he gets it, bashes off my scatter for the clone. Warrior trinket reflects. Bolts my druid. He gets cloned off. Kind of lost the circle here a little bit. I'm just trying to make myself unkillable. I'm just fucking sidestepping, running around. And now they're off me. Now I have some distance to work with, so now I can cast some aims. We get 2 aims off. Charges me. I have a disengage for it. Nice little stun on him behind the pillar. Rdru just sneaks a nice little clone on the right here and gets back to the circle. Good. Goes for a nice early drink here. My DH should be fine. I scatter trap healer because he's trying to push my healer. He has to run through me now, so I stop it. The red hodges my healer and tries to go him, but we're in bear. We're chilling. We got a nice little double stun on the melee. I throw the chakrams. Get a little cleave going, a little pumpage. We're actually winning on mana now once we embrace the circle. Get a little rando silencing heal. We have pressure. The warrior has no send ward. He actually flushed it. My Dru's getting a nice little early sippage. We're embracing the dampening, embracing the circles. This is what we gotta do. I flushed the bolt here, knocked them away from me. They banned it. They're trying to get some type of pressure going. I scattered the leap. I'm totally fine. Kiting this go. Feign. I just turtle because this is the only time we could ever die. And like I saw my druid still needed 2 global set nest me because he didn't have Swiftmen for a sec. So I just turtled to make sure. Like if I don't die, we're never gonna lose the game. That's my mentality at least. We could easily die in other ways too, but that's just how you gotta play into these double melee. That's how you gotta be thinking. Nice little double chakrams go here. Get a regen and the sack, so he's gonna live. Just Ret Warrior things, just living against all odds. Or I guess in their odds because they just have 1,000 buttons to trade. It's okay though, we're working through it. They're trying to run me down. I got a nice little disengage, so I'm still in my druid's line. I use the pillar and root them. I trapped the warrior off me. I was thinking he would maybe dispel something else, like the Ret's root. But warrior trinket that shit anyway, so. Get a nice little double stun. Druid actually trinkets this to bark the warrior. Beautiful clone by my druid here. Silence the druid for some split pressure. The druid's playing super aggro now because he's just trying to help his melee close some distance because we're just running in circles the whole map. I get random built it, but the Ret's nowhere near me, so it's a very low value build by them. It's like a frustration build. He's just trying to play. I scatter him. I even feign camo now here. My pet actually died, so I'm trying to get it back. He has eye, but it doesn't matter. He almost gets the leap kick, but we're chilling. I even root them both back now. Drew's trying to get active on my druid. I see it. I even trinket the half hour to try to stop it, but I was actually just out of range. It's actually just out of range. But then my DH sees him and plays goalie and comes back and starts cranking the druid, forces the druid to trank. Then I trap the warrior off me while the druid's tranked, and then he gets stunned off the trank. The ret sanks him. But the druid's like pretty much low on mana now. He's getting low. Got the meld NS. Lives.
Do you have a stun for the warrior? Bash warrior?
I scattered the red. I'm like, yo, let's just swap back warrior. That was a good pressure on the druid. He's pretty alive. Now he has nothing for the warrior. Warrior has regen. But we're still just pumping it up. Look, we're actually top of the damage meters, and they've been running at us pretty much the whole game.
Fleshing? It's wings.
I fleshed her on the wings, knocked him. Didn't really work somehow for the knock. I think I whiffed it.
Exil.
Feign exil, get bolted here, but it's just really just a rat. And my healers didn't know like cross because of my positioning. They kind of like hodge, and then like 5 seconds later they connected to me with the wings. So very healable damage. Random stun on the druid while we're cranking the warrior with our chakrams. I silence druid. Sent to purge on the soul of the forest. Throw an absolute Kobe random trap on that corner if he ever pushes through it. Of course it hits the Kevin, so it eats. The Kevin actually ate it. We're just pumping. The druid's pretty much trying to just close the game out while I just run around forever. I was gonna feign cheat out. He darknessed me. Kind of sketchy. We got the NS on me though. Darkness saved me there. No hots on the ret, so we're hitting the ret. Force the bubble. Just hit whatever we can, whatever the best, highest value target looks like. It's hard in Ret Warrior. They just have so many things to trade. The Druid's playing super far, so I just trapped the Ret, but my DH just like cleaving. They're like trying to swap my Druid rando. Throw the Chakrams, big aims. Take him out.
Let's get a warrior, don't die.
Good old fashioned Ret Warrior. I mean, like the top 3 comps of the game, the entire expansion were Ret Warrior, Jungle, and RMP. So when you play something off meta like this, you just gotta ride the wave, try to figure out what your potential win con could be, and then play the script for it. In this case, it's extreme dampening, big circles, 100 through the melee. Eventually, they should die. Well, speaking of the big 3, here's another one in the big 3, the RM Pizzle. If you guys are wondering how we do into that, you're about to find out. We actually did pretty solid. I actually just love fighting Rogue Mage as a hunter, honestly, unironically. Although you can die in like the most random Pisco ever, it does feel like you can do a lot to stop and like control the game and like counter go and counter pressure and like shut down the Rogue. It is like a fun little mini game in that aspect. But at the end of the day, it's still fucking RMP, you know. Any kidney, if you fuck up, you could just instantly die, I feel like. But Asia's in there pumping. We're kind of just like waiting for the Rogue to open. I love to like just scatter Rogues instantly as soon as I see their dance, like force them to open something else and then deny the swap go. Just like kind of a random trap. I thought we were hitting Mage. Again, Nova'd out. Kind of not the greatest opener. I have my pen in the middle to sack me. I sack the bust. I sit the Resi.
I should be okay.
They're swapping on my Druid. My Druid pre-bears it. Regens through the mind games. So that was their big opener. They didn't get any trinket. So if you can deny Rogue Mage opener and without anyone on your team using a trinket, it's very good. So we're feeling good right now. I'm cranking the Rogue in the stun. He gets a Ray, so I just turn. He gets a Ray and he gets the step, so like I know he's pretty much fine. And like the time between the Rogue Mage goes before they have DRs back is very low, so you just gotta kind of get as much pressure as you can, hit whatever you can. So I'm getting pre-sheep for the go right here. He DBs me. I actually had to global the turtle here. This would have been a nice turtle, but at the same time, there's not really that much cooldown, so I'm actually sitting this go because I still have Feigning Zeal.
I'm not gonna die.
Like they resied and busted opener, so they actually had nothing on that go. It was just a Ring of Fire go with no resi. If it was a resi, I would have trinketed. But since it wasn't, I just held my trinket there and Feigning Zeal down, trusted the process. We got a nice little double stun on Priest here, but of course, Priest, you got to kill him twice because, you know, they're Jesus. They just come back to life. They don't give a fuck.
We have all our trinkets.
So 8 seconds on his Priest res. He comes out early and fades, so he can't get punished. I was trying to like maybe like look for a pre-trap or something.
Pre-feared, man. I was about to.
I got pre-feared right as I was about to actually pre-turtle this go. So the DH actually darks here, darks me, and then reverses my healer. I think my healer trinketed though regardless.
Big fucking damn.
Now we're trying to go healer again. No res Lego. Big damn.
Nice.
Chakram's rapid fire. We had a little cross here on the DPS with Roar. So we're able to secure the kill. They're trying to like still 1v2 and win the game, so I sacked my Druid because he actually would have been in a lot of trouble if that sack didn't actually go through. That was a combustio. But we're chilling. We get the W. Big damn. Here we have the Gentleman's Cleave. Double Outlaw, holy pally. Bunch of little fuckers, I tell you. Double lock in season 4 is actually just so funny. Outlaws are crazy, man. Just heal the most to drain life, and then also just do the most. UA your whole team. Here, I just munch a UA off rip like a bot. I just fucking feign that shit. Fuck you. So we're cranking this lock. He ports away. Legendary. Turn the other lock. Nice. Trying to embrace the double wizard strat. They both just port gaming here. But now the lock's just like running in and trying to get some dots out. We go right through this dark pact here. With our big damn, he's running away, trying to go deep into the room to push us off on the pillar so they can do shit to us. They yoink a UA on my healer because of that. He dispels himself. I have faint for myself soonish. My DH is in there doing solo shit. Pulls back though because, yeah, he could take the most. I am chilling here, trying to find a window. I know the Arena 3 Warlock does not have Dark Pact. So we just broke it with our last Chakram. So he's the one actually most pushed in right now. So he's kind of taking it. Random bop here. Outside of my big cooldowns, which is really nice. This guy's playing in such a bad spot away from his support, so I knock him really far. And I silence healer so he can't actually get there. He either bubbles to get there to save him. But the lock, look at where the lock is standing, man. No regard, these double lock players. they have the hugest ego, and when it comes to just how immortal they feel. Like, the guy's just standing in the middle of the map while I do the most damage to him. I didn't even double tap there, but that was just a Chakrams go. And my DH was pumping while he's so deep behind enemy lines, just pushed up. You love to see it, though. The classic double lock. Once he gets the triple UA out, you know, it's time to soul rock. That's what they say. Jeez. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to drop a like and subscribe, as it helps me out a lot. If you want to join my stream community, there's a link in the description below for the Discord to stay updated and see what's up. That's it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.